All right. Well, we're the jeeplife podcast, and
We're the jeeplife podcast.
yeah.
Gotta put our headphones on, bud.
Oh yeah, that's that thing.
It's going to be a great show, guys. You are in for a treat. Let me tell you. Who's our first on?
Who's the first to comment? Come on, who is?
Come on. We know somebody's out there. 1, 2, 3. Who do you appreciate?
That's not how that goes. It's been a day, huh?
Well, you had a great time today, even though you got your ass handed to you.
Got my ass handed to me. Lost my glasses.
Ugh.
Yeah, I want to see how these work out for. I'm gonna go tomorrow and order a new set of glasses.
That sucks, man.
What's up, Mike?
Number one.
Yeah, of course. He's our number one fan. I love him.
He's
It was
a great
so
guy.
good to hang out with him yesterday. It's good people. Oh, we got 4 on though.
Wow.
That quick. Yeah, so let's see what we do today. How are we doing? Is Mike the only person going to join us? I think he is.
Who's on the Facebooks? Oh, Daniel. What's going on, man?
Yo, what's up?
So our YouTube presence has been growing
It's growing.
on our live listeners. Slowly but surely.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt at all. Matter of fact, it maybe helps.
Yeah, Mike, I heard there was a good old, as always, clusterfuck that goes on.
Oh yeah, there's always some kind of clusterfuck that goes along with us. Mike's fuse was getting a little short.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, it was but it ended up being good.
That's good.
We went out to Arugas and drank and ate and hung out. It was good.
That's awesome.
As everybody can see, we've given Don the night off. He asked for a personal day.
Rain check.
Yeah, a personal day, and so we gave it to him.
Well, so as you know, Don works for Western Montgomery Technical School.
Yeah.
And also as a part of that, he teaches night classes. So this past week and previous weeks, he's been working night classes as a part of his normal job that he has to do. So absolutely, Saturdays, Sundays is his only kind of free time in general. So we gave him the night off.
And so we were nice enough to
Yep.
give him the night off. I literally can just crawl under this table and go to sleep.
Yep.
Pass right out.
Yep.
Pass
We
the
don't have
fuck
that
right
option,
out.
though, buddy.
No, I know. We got to do this. We got to push it through. Pushing on through. Michael's
Heck
good to see
yeah.
you. Good to see you last night. I know it's he put 1,000 lights on his Jeep.
1,000.
It has 1,000 lights on
Holy
it.
crap.
You know, it's those little inline little
Uh-huh.
lights, different colors. Look pretty sharp.
Wow.
I wouldn't have the patience for that.
Uh-uh.
I'm having a real hard time putting 8 lights on my.
8's an understatement.
Oh,
Christmas tree wreath was
dude, I got so pissed off in the middle of that because it was raining. I'm trying to put the damn thing on, and I'd forgotten which way I ran the wires last year,
Right.
and I realized you have to take the A-pillar thing off
Yep.
and push it through, and I forgot that I put the mirror movers on since then. It just turned into a thing, and I was like, fuck it. I'm just running the wire on the outside of the cowl.
Just going right in. I don't care.
I don't care. But it works, so. I think I'm gonna get another one of those and put it on the back.
That's a good idea.
I've got another 12 volt.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? I wish I had a 12 volt thing in the back like the JLs do.
No, don't we all?
Oh, GLs are so fancy.
Mm.
Fancy.
So we're up to 981 subscribers on YouTube.
19.
981. 19 more
19's
people.
all we need.
19 people.
Everybody right now tell your people to subscribe. Subscribe, damn it.
You get to see the latest Break It Billy.
Oh, dude, that video is ridiculous.
You guys out there are in for a treat,
A treat.
on the next episode of Our Hosts Out on the Trail.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, there's some pretty good action of, Balderdash, which is a red trail. We have SOB, which is a black trail.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff out there on our YouTube page. Sorry to give myself a plug.
No, you got to get out there. Gotta hit that Break It Billy.
Heck yeah.
I've got that one-of-a-kind.
You do have the one-of-a-kind stickers. So if you are looking for a one-of-a-kind Break It Billy sticker, message me on Facebook, Instagram, and I can get those details out to you. I am charging whopping $3. Whopping. $3.
Yeah.
Literally, that's to cover the postage to get it to you.
Yeah, those things aren't cheap, and I know that our stickers we pay for out of the podcast, which is out of my wallet.
Yeah.
And they're not cheap, but we gladly give those out to people.
Break It Billy lifestyle is expensive.
It no doubt, no doubt. But these are a 4x3 sticker. They're a nice sticker.
Yeah.
I mean, they look good.
Thank
Break It Billy.
Thank you. Worked hard on them, man.
Yeah, they look good. What's up, Jason? All right, everybody, share it out. We're going to go ahead and get rolling in just a minute, but go ahead and share it out now. Get some people on here. If not, just whatever. But Armorlight has given us a discount code, and that is jeeplife podcast 10. jeeplife podcast 10, and that will get you 10% off of any Armorlight full system. Power tank, same idea. jeeplife pod 15. jeeplife pod 15 get you 15% off of any full system. Power tank has been doing the good work with us and for us and all those things. What are you putting on there?
Some special pipes.
Oh, dude. Speaking of pipes, Pype has a free shipping code. Cold Case has a free shipping code, and both of them use exactly the same code, and that is jeeplife. Just order what you want, put jeeplife in. Pipes,
they don't look as good as I thought they were going to. I'm sorry.
Oh, the stickers?
Dave, my bad.
Well, once we figure out, we're going to upgrade the studio.
I'm building a new table for us.
Sometime soon, and we are going to do multi-camera. We're going to go all in.
I have a 4x8 sheet of plywood sitting in the garage right now for us.
Perfect.
Big. It might be well worn and used, but it is a 4x8 sheet of plywood that we can cut, put on top of this. I'm going to remove the top of this. We may reincorporate it back in again.
Yeah, so I was watching an older vid, and it was in the old studio.
Yeah.
And the table was turned because we were trying our best to keep social distance. It was early on in the pandemic-ish land.
Absolutely.
And the setup looked and felt really good from that standpoint.
Yeah.
So I want to try to mimic that a little bit. I'm going to work on doing a multi-cam system so that everybody can see our face.
Bring it. We got it.
Yep. So we'll make that happen. We're going to try to up our game a little bit.
Heck yeah, man.
As it were. Always doing our best to bring you the highest quality from here. And Neil, what's happening? I saw you down in Virginia, and I wanted to be able to go, but I just couldn't make it happen. I like that area. Is it Natural Bridge is where they went, I think? But I like that whole area. It's beautiful. It's on the Shenandoah Mountains. It's gorgeous. All right, well, that gets us rolling with all of our peeps. I know that we've got a special guest next week, and we're going to talk about that on the show.
Heck yeah. Let's hit that go live button.
I'm going to hit that button. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Jeep Life podcast. We're that podcast where we celebrate that Jeep life and everything that goes along with that. I'm going to try out a new moniker. I'm being told that Trail Time Terry is the way to go.
It's got to be Trail Time Terry, man.
Does it have to be Trail Time?
Everybody says it's Trail Time Terry.
Trail Time Terry. I'm going to test it out, and I'm going to get the feedback through the week and see where we are.
Trail Time Terry, Break It Billy,
and
Dr. Don.
All right, so it's all alliteration. I like that.
It just flows off the tongue, man.
It does. Trail Time Terry.
All right, so Dave Porzy says it is Trail Time Terry, and what he says goes.
I think it's because he couldn't remember Jeep and Terry. I think it was his feeble brain not letting him remember. Don't tell him I said that.
Absolutely, I like it.
All right, so Trail Time Terry. I'll have to
T-cubed.
Do I have to get stickers made?
T-cubed.
T-cubed. The triple T.
The triple T.
Coming at you. Well, we're live right now. In studio. We're missing Dr. Don. We gave him the night off.
He's an important guy at his work.
Yeah,
place.
he's a busy dude.
He really is.
And I'm grateful for everything he does.
100%.
Right, makes my Jeep run. So
if this is your first time listening to the podcast, Dr. Don is a certified mechanic, and he works at Western Montgomery Technical School, and that's his day job. So he also teaches at night.
Yeah, teaching the next generation.
Awesome courses. And so, he's had a busy week, and he messaged us, and he was like, "Hey, guys.
Yeah.
This is my night off. I need it."
I said I was just going to take the night off, but we know what happened the last time I did that.
Wait, then it'd only be me, and
well,
I don't think I could hold this together. Talking to myself doesn't go well.
Neither one of us can hold anything together. But yeah, before we went on air, man, I was watching your videos.
Oh gosh,
of the last time you went out.
So I had the awesome opportunity. So I was actually Thanksgiving weekend. Last weekend we had off.
Yeah.
Terry gave us the lovely night off.
Yeah, I did all the work to prepare for us to take the time off.
But absolutely, go listen to Rick Payway and Terry in their awesome adventure at a Trail 50 to 450 cleanup.
Yeah.
Out in Las Vegas, Nevada.
That was spectacular.
It was awesome. And listening to, I don't listen.
You don't listen to our shows.
I'm gonna make a plug right here. I don't listen to our own shows. I don't.
Well, you live it.
I don't like listening to myself.
All right, that's fair.
It's a weird thing, but either way.
Maybe if I just mute you,
probably
the show would get better, and you wouldn't have to listen to yourself.
Yeah, but so last weekend I had the opportunity. I was gonna go out wheeling at Roush Creek, and all of a sudden, like on Wednesday, I got a text message from a buddy, and he was like, "Hey, we're heading to AOAA. You showed us around last time. Please, join us again. We're going out with a couple guys." I didn't realize the group that was going out was a whole bunch of moon buggies with rear steer.
Yeah.
And I was showing up with the little gun.
Well, and you're showing up with a little guy. What's?
Oh, it was a little guy, all right. V8s, rear steer, moon buggies, this and professional rock crawlers.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys were another level. And, of course, I had to show up and show them what I got.
Oh, yeah. Well, what you may have lacked in rear steer, you made up for in guts and glory.
Absolutely. So it was absolutely the weekend or the day of lifting tires, looking at the sky, seeing the moon, and, yeah. Yeah,
so multiple times on this video, your wheels aren't on ground.
Oh, no, like maybe 3.
Maybe 3 times they were on the ground, but the rest of the time
3 wheels.
they just you were waving at everybody as they were going by. There was one time where you were seriously popping a wheelie that I thought.
Yep. I thought I was going over.
It looked like you were going to go over.
Straight up. Literally, it was
straight up.
It was straight up in the air. Probably one of those worst nightmares that every Jeeper has out there is you're looking at the sky and you're grabbing brakes, reverse, neutral, whatever you can grab.
Yeah, to throw it at it.
And it came back down, but
you need to install a rocket engine in that so that when you get to that vertical plane, you just hit that button and it just takes you up. Maybe it's SpaceX. Maybe a SpaceX rocket.
Yeah, I like that.
We'll do that. I like it.
But it was one of the best probably wheeling days I've had out there. I went Fern Ridge. Dude, we covered a lot of miles too. Like we went parking lot to Fern Ridge, did all of Fern Ridge, got the stones, all the black offshoots, back to the parking lot again, and then out to SOB.
Huh. That's a lot.
And did the first part of SOB and back
Yeah.
before 5 o'clock.
That's crazy. That's
And
a lot.
We maybe started at noon.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we were rocking and rolling, but it was a great time, a lot of fun. So I'm going to give the plug. Head over to our YouTube channel. We have lots of wheeling, red trails, black trails, a lot of stuff that I've done. Also blues, greens, everything around AOAA. So if you're looking to see what they have to offer, definitely head over to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, you and I haven't been out on the trail together in a long time. We've been there at the same time, but we both had to do separate things.
Yep.
So I'm ready. My Jeep's back.
Yep.
And man, is it?
Let's hit some fun stuff.
I'd like to hit some fun stuff.
Okay.
And since I've re-geared, I definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm ready.
I'm ready to spot you through some stuff.
Bring it. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah.
But
Fern Ridge is waiting, dude. There's some good black offshoots there that I think absolutely.
Yeah, well, I've done a lot of them.
Yeah.
Just running stock gears, but I think with the 456s, it's going to make the pedal feel a little bit better and a little more responsive. Yep. So that'll be killer. So I can't wait to get out there with you, and maybe we'll do a little snow wheeling too this winter.
Well, you know how?
Oh yeah, you ski.
I ski.
You ski.
But late spring.
Yeah, maybe.
Snow.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we'll do it. Or maybe we'll take a work day.
I think the work day sounds like a great time.
We have to go test some things.
We got to drag Eric out on the trail.
No doubt. Dude, overkill. We need to get that boy out.
Yeah, we do.
We need to get him out. Yesterday, our Jeep Club had had an event. It was great. I mean, it started out not so great.
Well, always every event
rocky
is
start.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where we rely on other people.
Right.
With events that we do ourselves, where we control every element of it.
Super smooth,
super successful. In this one, we were going to color for Christmas or some kind of light.
Christmas lights at Dorney Park.
Yeah, drive through the parking lot, and they've got this terrific light show that's timed to music, and it's a cool show. It's a short drive through, but we were going to meet together before the gates open.
Right.
They
agreed.
They agreed to open the gates for us, and we'll just wait there and we'll do our thing.
Holiday in color.
That's it. Well, they didn't open up the gates. And we were just standing there waiting, and Jeeps kept. We got there way early,
waiting,
and then
waiting.
Jeeps started showing up, and then it started pouring down the rain. But then we got in, got everything set up, and we're collecting toys for Tots as we always do, and our Jeep Club really comes through and helps out, and filled the back of my Jeep. And I'll drop those off at Toys for Tots for the Marines tomorrow. Yep. But we had some listeners, club members that it snuck up on them, so they forgot to bring a toy. They just threw cash, and I'll go shopping before I drop everything off tomorrow.
That's cool.
But then we drove through, and it was really kind of fun, and we had hot chocolate there for everybody. It was good. We did. Register for some drawings, but because it rained and it cut us short, then we're going to have to do some the drawings post.
Okay.
And then send out the gifts. I know Quadratech donated some gift cards for us. Other people donated other parts, and then I think we have some club merchandise.
Gotcha.
So it turned out pretty good. It was
cool.
it was a nice event. I like the fact that our club gives back.
Right.
And
that was kind of one of the biggest things that we always made sure of when we started this club, is that every event that was like founding fathers, we need to give back.
Yep.
This is, we're doing pretty good. Let's give back to people that are a little less fortunate.
Yeah, and we love doing the Toys for Tots.
Toys for Tots, all kinds of different stuff. Yeah. I mean, another awesome thing that our club did was the Santa's Helpers.
Yep.
Which
that's
starting
brilliant. Yep.
next Friday. My aunt and all of her friends are getting together to do the Santa's Helpers.
Oh yeah.
And $2,300 worth plus.
Yeah.
Like
that's going to change somebody's life.
A couple
for
people.
Christmas. Yeah.
A couple
So
families.
that's great. Because Christmas, the holiday time is always it's stressful as it is. It's a wonderful time, but it can get stressful on the piggy bank. And I'm thankful for our club. I want to put that shout out there, the Jeep Enthusiast of Eastern Pennsylvania, for doing that. And that's a good segue. If your club has events, let us know about it. We'll put it out there. We'll post it out there, try to build that up even more and talk about it.
100%.
info@jeeplifepodcast.com, and we'll get that out.
Or message us on Instagram, Facebook, any of our social media platforms, and we'll definitely get it on the list.
Speaking of which, we have a listener, longtime listener, write in, and they're having some problems.
Oh.
And we're not going to super diagnose this, but we're going to at least talk about it because they did message me directly. They drive a TJ.
Right.
And they've got a
Well, hold on. The doctor isn't in the office.
I know. Well, we're going to see
we're going to go to the assistant.
We're going to go to the assistant, the stat.
Okay.
And because you have a 4.0.
So I do have a TJ. It's got the 4.0. I do have an automatic transmission, so I have a torque converter. I have the 3-speed. It's 4LE. I'm probably going to say this wrong either way. Whatever. Automatic trans, 3-speed, has the overdrive, and I have an Atlas. So this case was a little bit different. They have a manual transmission, but
I don't know what transmission. Maybe I should ask that.
Okay, that's probably a good thing to ask.
Yeah.
Either way.
So
it sounds like they're having a lifter noise or a rocker tick, which is very common in the 3.6 liters. But however, that's kind of not so common.
No, it's a manual because they push on the clutch.
Right.
Right.
Push
there
on
we
the clutch.
go. Right,
so that was the whole deciding factor. Is that that was part of the diagnosis. So basically, what's happening is they turn their Jeep on. It's in full neutral.
Yep.
They have their clutch out or theoretically engaged, and they're getting this lifter noise.
Yep.
They push the clutch in, and the noise goes away.
Right.
So that, for me, just on that process of elimination, I'm thinking there's something to do with the clutch and the springs or the clutch plate or the flywheel or something of the sort, that there is some type of scoring or springs are loose, there's broken spring.
Yeah, and it's probably time because clutches are
they go bad. They're a service item.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, if you heard this noise as you push the clutch in, it's still there. That would lead me to think that there would be more of a rocker noise.
Lifter, yeah.
Yep. And then from there, I would be able to say, hey, open your hood. It's a weird thing. Take a screwdriver, hold it up to the metal end goes towards the rocker, and put it up to your ear.
Yeah.
It's basically like a stethoscope.
Yep.
A cheap man stethoscope.
Yep.
English is not my strong suit, but
a poor man's.
Yeah. Either way, that can give you some more, pinpoint where a noise is coming from.
Yeah.
It gets a whole lot louder through that screwdriver.
Yep. So I think we've kind of started narrowing it. I can't wait for Don to throw in on this as well. So we're not in the business of fixing individual, but that's something that we could talk about and maybe help out a little bit.
It's more of like a process of elimination.
Yep. Now, Danny, one of our listeners, Danny, he's come up with a great idea for a topic, and it's something that we should look at for a future topic.
Yeah.
But auxiliary batteries, start-stop function, some of the new JL, JT, or no, it's just JL.
So JLs have a common problem right now where their auxiliary battery, which they have a main battery and their auxiliary battery, which sits underneath of it, and that controls the stop-start function.
Yep.
They are tending to die.
So something I found out in my research of this, separate from this topic, because I've I'm very interested in it.
Yeah.
I would, Danny, we're definitely going to look at this as a future topic. But I would be wondering, is the person that drives that vehicle, are they short-term?
Yes, that's a great question.
Right, because it's short distance
Right.
on your
Do
normal
they
drives,
drive
3 to
short
5 miles, or are they doing 20 to 25 miles
Yep.
at a time? And then if it dies, is it because of the short time and the alternator doesn't have a chance to actually charge up
Yep.
a full battery and an auxiliary battery? So I would think that with the start stop functioning, it probably pulls a draw out of that auxiliary battery, right, all the time. And if you don't do a longer period of time, it doesn't have a chance to recharge that when it draws off of that battery.
And also 3.5 miles, you're definitely stopping and going a lot.
Yeah, right, exactly. And that's kind of my thought process with that and thinking through that. But I definitely want to explore that a little bit. For me, the start-stop function, conceptually, I love the idea of it. But having driven a JL quite a bit in the very very near recent time
past,
it's odd. It doesn't feel right as a driver. So in the Grand Cherokee I drove had it as well. So it felt weird. So immediate follow-up, Danny says she drives 10 miles to work, 10 miles back. That's probably not enough time not enough distance to charge.
And it's an unfortunate thing that's kind of happened with this whole start-stop function is the fact that you need to have 2 batteries.
Yeah.
Which the smaller battery is significantly less in capacity, maybe not cranking amps, but the milliamp hours is significantly lower.
I'm not saying driving a short period distance is doing anything wrong.
No.
Because you should have a vehicle, if it's going to have a start-stop function, you should be able to turn it off.
And this isn't uncommon either. It's known at this point.
And it's not just Jeep that are having. I think a lot of Chrysler products are having this problem, and I think a lot of cars just in general are having this problem.
Long trip, they were on a. That's weird.
Yeah,
Even
that
more
is
weird.
That is more
so
weird. So
there is a slight. I do not recommend this. Our lawyers do not condone this.
No.
I cannot say this is the solution. There is a bypass trick.
Yeah.
So you connect. So basically, you open up the fuse panel, and you connect terminal 1 and 3 together.
Yep.
Basically, it's the power from your main battery and the power from your auxiliary battery. You connect them so it gives you the same cranking amps of both.
Right.
Ideally, you want to put a fuse in between the two.
Yeah.
Light fuse, like 5 amps.
But we're not condoning this behavior at all. We're not. Matter of fact, we're saying don't do this.
Don't do this. But this is a small trick that you can keep in your glove box for all the JL owners, that if you do have this problem, you connect 1 and 3 together, and for some odd reason this works, it bypasses it, and it'll get you home.
Yeah.
This is the trail fix. This is not a permanent fix.
Yeah.
Please. Not a permanent fix.
Yeah, because I don't want to see your Jeep on fire on the side of the road.
That's why you put the fuse in.
Right.
So super low, it's basically just to confirm the voltage.
Yep.
That's there.
Speaking of building things and tinkering.
Always.
Next week, we are going to have Tanner Ricks join us. And Tanner Ricks,
ultimate tinkerer.
Dude, the ultimate tinkerer. The guy is a builder through and through, has been in the top 40 Battle of the Builders with SEMA, does a lot of building. He works with for Rockslide Engineering. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
Super smart.
He's been wheeling since he was 2.
Yeah.
Lives in Utah, so he knows the game. He's going to be joining us, and we're going to talk about his new build. We're going to talk about his build he rolled over. We're going to talk about his Rockslide Engineering SEMA build on portals.
Yeah. Dude, I saw that thing was awesome.
It was so badass.
74 weld. They came out with some awesome portals this year.
So it's funny because I had only kind of heard what a
Yeah.
portal is, and then I went through it with him, and mind blown.
Yes. Yes.
Gaining, like 7 inches of clearance without adding a lift. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm drooling over here.
Yeah. So that's badass, and then of course he had a ridiculously large engine stuffed into that Gladiator.
Oh, he had a
Yeah, he's the man. So we are lucky enough to have him come on. He's going to come in joining us, and we're going to talk about some builds. We're going to talk about some rock slide engineering.
Cool.
And we've even hinted at discounts that might be available to our listeners. So that'll be pretty cool.
We might be installing a set.
I know we're going to be installing a set soon.
I was trying to allude to it, and,
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, so that's I'm stoked about that. Tanner's such a cool dude. I can't wait to get out to Utah and wheel with him again.
We need to plan that trip.
We do. I'm telling you.
Northwest did their whole trail across the country thing. We need a Jeeplife podcast trail across the country.
I do too. And so if you want to sponsor us on our trip across the country, let's do that.
Terry and I will beg for money. Don't worry.
I'm definitely not afraid. Definitely not afraid. We've got Ultimate 4x4 field trip coming up.
Dude, I can't wait.
This summer.
So, awesome thing next year. As you know, last year I was able to be a trail support and trail recovery guide for Ultimate 4x4 Field Trip.
Yeah.
Which is basically an event that gets some of the biggest names in the off-road influencer industry to come to specific locations to join together and go out with their fans.
Yeah.
So I was able to hang out with Bleep and Jeep, Mischief Maker, Marvin Stammel from Flex Rocks and Rollovers, Colt from Bleep and Jeep, Matt, all the best guys out in the industry.
Yeah.
Off-Road and Chill, Marlon and Luna, great people. Chris Miller puts this together. He was originally one of the guys that put together Trail of SEMA. So, you've heard of I think it was on TV, almost, YouTube TV, either way. So it was a full trail. They started in Utah and drove off-road all the way to SEMA.
That's beautiful.
Wild ass,
beautiful.
wheeling all the time. So he came up with this genius idea to get everybody together and go out to these awesome places. So Windrock, AOA, Roush Creek, AOP, down in Texas. They're hitting all of the big places.
Yeah.
Disney, Oklahoma, everything.
I'd like to wheel there too.
Heck yeah. So head over to ultimate4x4fieldtrip.com, and you'll get all the information you need to know. And they're going to be at AOAA for 2 weekends.
Yep.
So I will definitely be there both weekends. Break It Billy, full style. I don't know my full capacity of being there.
Yep.
But definitely going to be guiding some trails. So if you want to go out and wheel with me, hit some of the best trails of AOAA, definitely sign up.
Yeah, it's always a good time.
Heck yeah. And then there's also food and hanging out the trailhead, camping, and, on Saturday night there's a giveaway and another dinner. It's going to be...
Yeah, I went out this summer. I wasn't able to make it to the weekend, but I went out for work for a couple days that the park was closed,
previously.
But they were coming in and getting everything set up, and so I got to hang out with...
Chuck Converse was there from Mason Media. Biggest names in the industry. Yeah.
So definitely check that out. It's worth every ounce of energy you can put in to get there. They're not free, but it's definitely worth...
It is, sometimes I've heard people complain about the price, but oh well. It is what it is.
Yep.
Nothing's cheap.
No, right. We can go out and wheel by ourselves for next to nothing, right? But sometimes we want to wheel with those people that kind of run the business or is in, right? They do it as a living.
Absolutely.
And maybe learn some things with them or, just hang out with them. I love hanging out with...
You learn from them, too.
Absolutely.
I've learned so much from, Walter and Holly and Marlon and Luna. I've learned so much.
Yeah. And I'll go back to last week's episode. So if you haven't checked it out, the Rick Payway episode, unbelievable. I got a chance to ride with Rick, and I begged him and said, "Do you mind if I push record and just record our session?"
Father of off-roading,
dude. It was unbelievable, and just the conversations. I learned so much just watching him drive, and a lot of times we get tense when we hit these obstacles. We want to hold on to make sure we're doing all the things. Dude, I've never seen anybody more laid back in my entire life. And he approached, obstacles that I was like, we're gonna, and it was like 3 fingers on the steering wheel.
Like,
so it wasn't going to push him out. He wasn't having to fight the rig. Right. He was driving the rig. So even that scenario was just a learning experience. So anytime you get a chance to go out and hang out with these people, you're going to learn something.
Heck yeah.
Guaranteed. And so that's the only events we have on the schedule yet. Like I said, we'll start filling those in.
So we'll be at next year we'll be at Bantam. We'll be at, New Jersey Jeep Invasion for their 10th anniversary.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to be at Ultimate 4x4 Field Trip. I will be at Pigeon Forge next year.
Yeah, we'll be at Gray Smoky Mountain. Yep. I know you and I both will be there.
Don's in. He's committing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I know last year we were guests of Armor Light, and I was at their booth the whole time, talking to people, and that was pretty awesome. But
I think this year we'll have our own booth.
We'll have our own booth, maybe, or we'll piggyback off of them, or
something.
It was something. We'll figure it out, but we're definitely going to be there. So we'll start putting these things in the events calendar as we get closer to show season. But if your club has an event and you want us to say something about it, let us know. info@jeeplifepodcast.com, and we'll get it out there. To the main topic. It's that time of year.
Yes, Jerry, we'll be at Allbreeds. Don't worry.
Jingle bells, jingle bells. It's holiday gifts for new Jeepers and holiday gifts for old Jeepers, because I'm going to tell you, they're two different people to shop for.
Very much so, dude.
So what we're going to do is we've kind of talked it through, and we're going to do the top 3 holiday gifts for new Jeepers, and then we're going to go to the top 3 gifts for old Jeepers, more experienced Jeepers. And what we'll do is we'll just go back and forth.
Yeah, absolutely.
And stuff. Do you want to kick it off, or you want me to?
So I will kick it off because this is my favorite JK Jeep edition.
Oh, yeah. All right.
For my number 3
of
my top 3 gifts for new Jeepers. And that is the Wild Boar off-road Amazon-only, grab handles. For the hard mount grab handles.
Yeah, like the ones I have in mind.
Yep. You have them. I have them. Best recommendation, it is bolts into the
2 bolts on the A-pillar.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. They are a sturdy handle.
I use mine all the time when I'm reconnecting my sway bar.
Yeah.
Because I can grab it, and literally because it's so high on the Jeep,
you can get
I get good angle and can pull it down. I like that idea.
Either way, no matter what, it's a hard-mounted grab handle. They're safe. They're better than the flimsy ones you get for, the roll bar side piece. So
I like the ones that you can grab onto, because I like to hold on to them when I'm riding passenger.
Yep.
But I hit my head every time getting in and out.
Yeah.
So, but I do like them, and they're comfortable. Usually they're paracord or something like that. But those metal ones with the gripper. Oh yeah,
bolt in, solid, mounted.
And they do make a back seat version.
Yes.
For that. I mean, JL owners already have a handle built in.
Yeah, that's why I said JK only.
Yeah. But yeah, I like that. That's a good one. Yeah. All right, my number 3. Door entry guards. So door sill entry guards, unless of course you got the Sahara models have it built in.
They have built in. Yeah.
But if you don't, then you've got to have something to put your foot on or something to keep the paint from being degraded. So
I am running the same door entry guards from the time I bought my Jeep.
So I put cheapos from Amazon.
They last.
They flew off the first time I had the doors off. The first time I had the doors off, 3 of them were gone.
Complete opposite.
And I heard each one of them fly off.
I can't get mine off.
Yeah, I know the ones from Quadratech have a large amount of
Yes, they
3M
do.
tape, and they are going on there. They are not going to come off.
Yep.
So I'm going to buy myself for holidays a set of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those door entry guards, get them in there.
Awesome. That's a good one.
Yeah. All right, what's your next one?
I forget.
I know what your first one is, I think. All right, so I'll go with my second one then. Seat covers.
Yes.
Unless you have the leather in the Sahara or
now I
some
remember.
Rubicon, you want some kind of seat covers because you sweat through.
Heck yeah.
I have the diver down neoprene ones, but Bartac has some. And, it depends on how much money you want to spend.
Yep.
The cool thing about the Bartac ones have usually some kind of MOLLE stuff on the back so you can connect bags and stuff. But seat covers.
I do like the MOLLE panels on the Bartec.
They're nice.
Yeah.
There was somebody showed me a MOLLE replacement, and I'm sold on it. I wish I remembered what it was. But
So my second one was auxiliary storage or,
oh yeah,
extra storage. And these are the small little storage trays that, kind of the stuff I work on. Small tchotchke
Right.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But so there's the grab handle insert tray, there's the side door pockets trays, there's the center console
center
tray.
console.
That's one of the best. The one that
Yeah.
it goes in JKs, JLs. Basically, you open up your center console, and there's a lot of space in there. And to have a couple extra storage places, really nice.
Yep.
It's where you put your JT Brooks tire deflators.
Yep.
You can store a couple, quick access items that you need. But they make them for all over the Jeep in general. Back storage area, front, center console.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I like that.
and they're usually fairly cheap.
Yeah. Yeah, real cheap actually. Yeah, so definitely something like under the $30, $140
Absolutely.
mark. So that's an excellent holiday gift idea. Stocking stuffers, if you will.
100%.
My number one for new Jeepers is auxiliary lights.
So you're a lights before lockers kind of guy.
Wow, I have lights. I don't have lockers yet. So yeah, I guess I am.
Okay.
But I'm not going to be able to go out and buy a friend of mine some lockers.
True.
Right?
That's a good point.
But I can go out and buy them maybe a light pod or something,
Yeah. I hear that.
So some kind of auxiliary light on
Okay.
there.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right.
My number one new product for a first-time Jeeper is, what is it? Part number 38796 RIP Superchargers.
Oh, so we went RIP Supercharger.
Yeah, Supercharger is the number one gift item for.
You hear that, new Jeepers? Just make friends with Bill, and he'll get you a RIP Supercharger.
Actually, I'm gonna go with some awesome, amazing, floor liners, aka Armorlight.
Armorlight, yeah.
Number one great gift item for a new Jeeper is the Armorlight JL, JK, TJ.
Yeah, I like that.
I love their drains.
I like that. So what do you get the experienced Jeeper?
Oh, geez.
So my number 3, same as your number 1,
Mm-hmm.
floor liners,
Okay.
right? Go with that Armorlight.
Yep.
Or the Quad Ultimate All Weathers or something, where that it's going to protect the interior and keep it clean. But the Armorlight is my obvious choice. But there are other things out there, but that's something that the experienced Jeeper probably.
Okay. So my experienced or old Jeepers number 3 gift item is a all-inclusive recovery kit.
Ooh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So something that's a little bit more, it's a nice, heavy-duty bag that you can carry all your recovery equipment in. Maybe there's a kinetic rope or a, tow strap, a tree saver, maybe a snatch blocks, something that is all-inclusive, easy to throw in the back of the Jeep, grab and go if you need it out on the trail.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. All right, number 2. I went with some kind of storage box. under
Okay.
seat or saddlebags,
Mm-hmm.
something that you can throw your important stuff in while you're in your vehicle or out of your vehicle.
Okay.
So the one that came to mind was the locking storage underneath the seat.
Yeah.
Throw your wallet,
Whatever.
in there.
Firearm.
Yep. If you have one of those to throw in there, throw it in there.
Be safe.
Yep. Lock it up. Something. No security is 100%.
Yeah.
But something that it's not in plain sight,
Mm-hmm.
and B, it's lockable to an extent. Anything we're doing is just delaying the perpetrator.
Absolutely. So I'm going to keep it under the booty, and I'm going to say aftermarket seats.
Ooh.
So I actually run a set of the Corbeau racing seats in my JK.
Yeah.
I think it's the TXR.
You intentionally do that so that I can't ride in your vehicle.
Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Terry.
The bolsters on the side
they're a little high.
Yeah.
But there is so many options for aftermarket comfortable seats.
Yeah.
If you're a TJ owner, if you're a JK owner, your seats are starting to get a little, worn.
Yep.
Let's put it that way.
Yep.
But there are so many aftermarket comfortable trail seats, regular, heritage, this, that, and the other thing. I rode in Scott Emmerman's. Basically,
I like his Corbeaus.
Yeah, he has the Corbeaus that are a little less racy than mine, and they are so comfortable.
This is like a really good gaming seat.
Yes, absolutely. Gamer seat.
Yeah, it's a real good gamer seat.
I'm the straight-up Formula One racer, and he's gamer.
Yeah, he's doing Grand Theft Auto over here.
I like it that way.
That's a good one. I like that. Yeah. My number one is something that we don't really think about, and you're actually the person that inspired me for thinking about this, is because I was wondering if your vehicle was actually in the garage so I could come over and do a little work on my Jeep or not.
Or can go outside.
But throw a Jeep cover.
Okay.
Their way. They're not expensive, and everybody needs one if they're getting caught out in the rain with the top down. So Jeep cover.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
So my number one gift for an old Jeeper is a fridge.
Oh, yeah.
You got to have a fridge in the back of your Jeep.
And if you got to have a fridge, then you got to have an oven. If you
I was just going to leave it at fridge, but... So we're talking ARB, Dometic, any of those brands. Great, awesome low draw on the battery, and they keep your food cold or frozen all weekend long.
Yeah, it depends on which side you put it on. If it's a dual,
if it's a zero or some type of dual setup.
Oh, that's great. I like that. Woo! All right. Well, if you've got an idea for a gift,
send it in.
Send it in, or better yet, put a picture of it on Instagram and tag us in it.
Heck yeah.
I would like that.
What is your number one Christmas?
Or what do you want?
What do you want? Or if you don't hear this until Christmas, what did you get for Christmas?
Yeah.
Tag us in what you got Jeep-wise for your Christmas.
Throw an Instagram
or
post
what didn't you get?
Yeah, what pissed you off that you didn't get? Right? A lump of coal, whatever. But
keep compressing that stuff; it'll turn to gasoline eventually.
Right, eventually. I love it. Hey, where can people find us?
Hey guys, I want you to head over to our Linktree, linktr.ee/Jeep Life Podcast, and that's going to get you hooked up with all of our awesome websites. You can head over to the YouTube's Jeep Life Podcast, on Instagram it's Jeep Life Pod, and then Facebook Jeep Life Podcast, or just search us on Google.
I love it. Well, everybody, as usual, thanks for hanging out with us. Make sure to tune in next week as we have Tanner Ricks on here.
Heck yeah,
that'll be awesome.
Wait for that.
For the absent Dr. Don, Breakabilly, here's Trail Time Terry. I actually remembered to say that. Here's a big Jeep wave to you, everybody. All right, thanks for hanging out with us. That was awesome. Danny, that's a good question, and let's dig in there a little bit. Jerry, you're right. Locks keep honest people honest.
That is true.
Sometimes keeps honest people honest, and bad people occupied for a few seconds. Was there anything in here that we didn't cover? I think we got everything. Anyway, everybody, thanks for hanging out with us live and in person. I am Persian. Oh, I'm going to go home and go to bed.
It's probably a good idea. Same.
I'm going to pass
I am
out.
home.
Later, everybody.